I am back. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Mary and here we talk all things houseplants with a bit more emphasis in Hoyas. So today's video is new video after a long time, as I was away for a while. As a matter of fact, I was actually in Greece, in my home country, for around a month, and during my absence I had left the person that I normally leave all my plants to for them to take care. This time it didn't really go as planned. So when I came back, I have to say that I was in a bit of a shock, just because I have found lots, and I mean lots, of plants either completely dried up or drowning in water. So this is a note to self that no matter what you do, you should always pay close attention to your plants before you go away for holidays. I had most of my Hoyas in self-watering pots, and to be honest, I was pretty confident because the person that was responsible for watering the plants while I was away would do an okay job. So I sort of let her do her thing as she had done in the past. The results were not exactly what I expected when I came back. Lots of my Hoyas, including some beloved ones like my wayetii tricolor, my caudata, which I have grown from a 2-leaf cutting. Anyway, my imbricata, my linearis and a few others were completely gone. I will be posting some photos so you can have an understanding of what exactly I found when I came back. There's not much to do about it. I mean, okay, I was really disappointed and it took me a while to come back from that, especially because I lost some plants that I really love. One plant that I will be showing you, and I had very recently made a post about, was my imbricata. So let me show you what I came back to. This is the situation that I faced. So only one leaf still alive. So I'm hoping that this one I will be able to salvage. I'm not sure, but I will try. And it's not just about Hoyas. It was like my nepenthes was like gone. All, or if not all, 90% of the plants in my balcony were like completely dead. So it took me a while, as you can understand, to recover from that. The silver lining though is that I went to the flower market that we have here in Hong Kong, and normally you don't find Hoyas there. I went there prepared to get some new plants for my balcony in order to replace the ones that were lost during this summer. But, and this is a very good thing, I managed to find some Hoya cuttings in different random shops around the flower market, and the most amazing thing was the price that I could find these cuttings. So in total, Freddo espresso by the way, for those who may be asking, in total I managed to get 11 new Hoyas. None of them were on my wish list, but I was so desperate that when I saw them and when I saw the price tags that they had, I was like, okay, I don't really care, I'm just getting them. It's like you can never get enough plants, right, after all. So I'm gonna start with going through one by one. Most of them, because I just got them last week, they are under the standard treatment that I do for all my newcomers. I have made a video about that and the standard process that I follow for all the new plants that I buy. I will be posting a link somewhere, so you can have a look as well. So they are currently under the sulfur treatment in order to get rid of any flat mites if they have. And most of them, if not all of them, are not in a good shape, to be honest. That said, the average price that I got all these cuttings were, just to give you an example, around $5 US. So in that aspect, I would take them no matter if they have flat mites, mealybugs or whatever. 3 of them had actually root mealies. So as a rule of thumb, whenever you get new plants, it's always good to check them for everything, like check the roots, check the leaves, check the stems, everything. So this is why some I have still kept in water, because these were the ones that had the root mealies. Some I have already transferred to either pon or Pascal or stratum, and these were the ones that had clean roots, and they had some roots that I could potentially save. So let's start. Again, this is what you're seeing today, is for 10 out of the 11 is the before. So most of them are very small cuttings, but with this price tag, I mean, okay, this is the best you can get. So first one is Hoya bhutanica. Bhutanica, as the name suggests, let me do a close-up here. I have this one in water, and actually it seems to be very easy to root. It has already, the roots in most of them, by the way, were half destroyed. If they didn't have mealybugs, they had root rot, dry rot that resulted in root rot, and so on and so forth. So this one is one of the easiest ones to grow from what I can see, at least in terms of roots. It already, hold on, let me try to show it to you closer. It is already having some new roots, and I have done some quick research for all of them, so I will be giving you a few details. Hoya bhutanica is native to Bhutan, as the name suggests. According to Vermont Hoyas, Doug Chamberlain, it's supposed to be easy to grow. I can actually see it myself now from the roots that it had already developed within practically 1 week. But it is supposed to be susceptible to root rot. So this one I definitely need to keep an eye on. So this is the first one, Hoya bhutanica. It can also sun stress. So I see the leaves are quite thick, not exactly succulent-like, and they have some small veination, a little bit lighter veination. We will see how this one will go, but I'm quite positive that this will be quite good for pon. So I will probably put this in semi-hydro in pon. Next one is Hoya brevialata. Hoya brevialata I have already moved to pon, as you can see here, in a self-watering pot. So the leaves, again, you see that the situation that I'm having here with most of them are like this, very small cuttings, a few leaves, not in the best shape. I mean, the leaves look a bit weathered, but nevertheless I'm positive that they can recover. I mean, Hoyas are in general quite easy to grow. I'm not worried about them. Even if you find a Hoya that it's not in the best shape, if it's one of the Hoyas that are in your wish list, just get it and try to revive. So Hoya brevialata, it's supposed to be quite common in the US. I'm not sure about Europe. here in Asia we don't see it that much. I mean, this is the first time that I actually found Hoya brevialata. It is generally easy to care for. The leaves are quite succulent-like and they are quite glossy as well. I'm not sure if you can see it from the sample that I have here, because they are a bit weathered, as I said, plus they may have a bit of sulfur residue, but it's supposed to be one of the relatively easy Hoyas. This one has fragrant flowers, so this one has flowers that I quite like, to be honest, and this is one of the reasons why I got it. Plus, it was the first time seeing this in Hong Kong, so I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna grab it. The next one is a Hoya that, okay, it does not look its best, but in general, and I may be posting a few photos of a better sample, it's a quite nice Hoya. Miro from Basic Plants talks about Hoya erythrina quite often, and actually he was the one who sort of convinced me to buy by watching his videos about Hoya erythrina. So this one is the cutting that I got from Hoya erythrina. Hoya erythrina comes from Vietnam or Malaysia. It is native there, and you can see the back of the leaves is quite reddish. I like the darker veination. I like the fact that the leaves are a bit elongated, as you can see here. Again, I cannot 100% say that this is how the leaves will continue to be, because this is not in the best shape possible, but you get an idea. So this is the back. So it was first published in 1978, this one. I've read that it likes pond, so there she is in pond, in a self-watering container again. Hopefully I will be able to sun stress this as well. It sun stresses beautifully, but in any case, in every environment, every Hoya grows differently. So this is Hoya erythrina, which, okay, I have to thank Mira again for giving me the idea to get this one. Now the next one comes from Philippines, and this is Hoya ilagiorum. You can see the leaves here. The leaves are nothing spectacular, to be honest, and these leaves in particular are really in a bad shape. You see they have like some marks here from scorching, and they're a bit like oddly shaped. So but what I have to say, I moved this to Pafcal. By the way, this is Pafcal. For those of you who wonder what Pafcal is, I have recently made a video about it. I will again post a link. This one, I have it only 1 week in this setup, and all this vine is brand new. So you can see the last time when I first got them, I cleaned them up and I made the sulfur treatment. The sulfur stopped somewhere here, and then from here onwards all this is brand new growth. So I would have to say that it looks like it's an easy grower. I cannot tell you much about it because all of them are brand new, and Hoya ilagiorum I'm not really familiar with. What I can tell you, let me check my notes to see. Okay, it was first published in 2011. By the way, this one has amazing glossy, very bright red flowers. So if you do like red flowers, Hoya ilagiorum is for you. It has one of the best flowers among Hoyas for me in terms of color, at least. I'm not sure if they're fragrant or not, but okay, we will see about that. Now, next one is a cultivar. So I don't normally get cultivars of Hoyas, but this time I got a few because, okay, again, I was desperate. I had so many plants destroyed, so many. Anyway, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention in the list of the destroyed plants my Hoya undulata as well. I had 2 cuttings, perfectly fine, and I came back to see a rotten stem for the one and a completely dead stem and dried up for the other one. So yeah, this didn't work very well. Anyway, so back to the Hoya haul. This one is Iris Marie or Iris Marie. It's a cultivar. It's actually a little hybrid. So this one is a hybrid between Hoya Schnee and Hoya Zembra. This is named after Iris Marie or Iris Marie Little. You see the new growth already here. It's a bit sulfured, guys, I'm sorry for that, but that was the best washing I could do. So this is practically new growth already, these two new leaves. When I got this one last week, it had very tiny leaves. These two were extremely tiny, and now they have started to grow. Again, I have put this one in Pascal in a self-watering situation. So this one, let me again read my notes for the Iris Marie. So this one was formerly and sometimes is still referred to as Hoya Pasiae. I have never heard about this name. I knew about Iris Marie, now I found it, okay, and I found it with the tag as Iris Marie, so I'm not sure about the Pasiae name. This one is a shrub-like Hoya, so normally it goes up and then it drops, similar to Cumengiana or Bella, for example. So I'm just waiting. This is again very small, so it will take a while until it grows, but we will see how this will develop. Now, next one. Okay, next one is a very common Hoya for most of Hoya collectors. It is a hybrid between Serpens and Carnosa. And if you haven't understood yet, this is Mathilde. Or, you know, a few leaves of the Mathilde. So this is it. I have this one in stratum because it was completely dry rotted when I got it. All of them were in sphagnum, by the way, which is the preferred medium from all the plant shops or from all the growers. It's not mine, but anyway. So I had to move it to stratum with the hope that it will develop some new roots. I cannot see anything right now, and this leaf is turning a bit yellowish, so I'm not sure if I will be able to save this, but I can see some tiny roots growing here because I have it in a closed container, so there is a high chance that I will be able to save this one. Okay, Mathilde, the flowers are heavily scented, they have a sweet fragrance, it's quite well known, it's one of the most common Hoyas that you can find. I never had a Mathilde before because, as I mentioned, I was trying not to get many cultivars up until now. So yeah, this is Mathilde. Now, next one. Next one was tagged as Hoya Kaulan, Kawlan, but in reality it is Hoya mirabilis. And let me tell you, after some research about this Hoya, what I have found. By the way, you can see it is just in water with some rooting hormone. It has some new roots, a little bit, but I think I will need to clean this up a little bit more because I can see some very thin roots from the old root system. But in any case, it has started to grow already. So let me tell you about Hoya Kaulan or mirabilis, as the correct name is. This is from Thailand, native to Thailand, and it used to be Hoya species Kaolem. I'm sorry if I'm slaughtering the name. This was found in Ratchaburi province in Thailand, and it was published as Hoya mirabilis by Rod and Simonson in 2010. So the tag that I got this was Kaulan. I will probably keep Kaulan and Mirabilis just to be on the safe side, but the correct name and the one that you should note down if you're looking for this Hoya is Hoya Mirabilis. I do like the fact that it has some spots on the leaves, even on the smaller ones, even the younger leaves. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but even the younger leaves seem to have some slight splash. And I do like the fact that the leaves are quite small. I'm not sure how small they will remain though, again I'm saying. And quite elongated, but they are not like Seperdii, for example. No, not even close. These are relatively thin and quite easy to bend. It's quite different from what I have so far. I don't think that I have any Hoya similar to this one. So this is gonna be quite interesting, you know, how it grows and develops. I quite like this one, I have to admit. Now, next one. Okay, not in the best shape either, because this is, and I'm trying to be extra cautious, this is what I got. But at least you can see already, hold on, the new roots forming. So this, all these three leaves is Hoya cultivar sunrise. So this is a hybrid of lacunosa and obscura. It was first created, I need to check my notes on that, in 1992 by Michael Miyashiro. So, as I said, a hybrid between lacunosa and obscura. It can sunstress, it sunstresses beautifully, and this is the main reason why I got this one. You can see, this one is not really sunstressed to be honest, but you can see on this, on the bigger leaf, a little bit red hue on the corners. In general, it sunstresses quite nicely, and fingers crossed, if this grows, I will probably put it under grow lights. I will, because I really like how it grows when it is sunstressed. So there goes that one. Now next one. Okay, this one. So this one, you can see even the tag here. I have even kept the tag. It says Hoya parasitica variegated, and it is a lovely outer variegated Hoya parasitica. But as many of you may know, Hoya parasitica is now under the verticillata category. So this should be correctly named as Hoya verticillata outer variegated. I didn't have this one, I never had a parasitica before, and when I saw it I thought, you know, it's carnosa queen. Actually the leaves resemble so much to an outer variegated carnosa that I was pretty sure it was that. But as I started seeing the very slight veination here and a few other details on the shape of the leaves, these a little bit elongated leaves, I realized apparently it's not a carnosa, and I'm quite curious to see how this one grows. Now the next one is a replacement of one of the Hoyas that I had destroyed. So I had a very nice, I'm not sure if I have any photos. If I do, I will post now. I had a lovely wayetii tricolor, and this particular wayetii tricolor I had bought from Greece, from one of the few suppliers that actually sell Hoyas. They only have like 7 or 8 varieties, not that many that they're selling, but I got it as a relatively full plant, small plant, okay, apparently, but it was full, it was not just a cutting. This wayetii was literally drowned, like you should have seen the photos already. So yeah, I managed to replace this one, and what I got is this. So this is a very tiny cutting. It was not even rooted, so this is why I have this one in stratum as well, actually in ADA aquarium soil, but similar to stratum for those who are watching and are not familiar with ADA. So this was actually labeled as Kentiana, but as a rule of thumb, most of the wayeties that are in the market currently, although they may be labeled as Kentiana, they are not Kentiana, they are wayetii. So this, okay, I'm keeping the Kentiana outer inner variegated as description, but I'm pretty sure, like 99.9%, that this is a wayetii. So these are the first 10, and these were all cuttings, as you saw. The last one is a Hoya that I would not normally get. I prefer in general to get cuttings and grow them by myself from scratch, because I really enjoy the whole process. But this one is a very slow grower, and I'm talking about Carnosa compacta. So yes, I got this one. Again, it has lots of sulfur, so guys, I'm sorry if the presentation is not the best, but I'm still doing my sulfur treatment. And as you can see here, you can see, hold on, here, a peduncle. So when I got the plant, and this is the only reason why I got it, it had flower, it had bloom here. I will post a photo. And although all the other Carnosa compactas that were for sale on that day in this particular shop had pink flowers, this one had a purple flower, quite similar to Publicalix color, especially not the Royal Hawaiian purple or anything, but the standard purple Publicalix. The flower resembled so much to it. So I was like, okay, I'm taking this just because it has purple instead of pink or white or whatever pinkish, let's say, flower. So this is the Carnosa compacta. This apparently was not in the $5 range, but it was okay, it was a bit more, but I do not regret it. I have not yet moved it from the medium that it is in. It is in something that looks like soil, but I will probably move it sometime soon. I just wanted to, you know, drop the blooms and then do all that needs to be done after I finish with my sulfur treatment as well. So yes, this first video after the long summer break, I was not expecting to be a Hoya haul, but here we are. So I hope you enjoyed. I will be posting updates about how all these 11 Hoyas grow. I'm not going anywhere for a long time in the near future, so I will be able to see them growing, if not all, at least most of them. So yeah, fingers crossed that I will not be having any more deaths anytime soon. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.